Barcelona star Rafael Diaz, popularly known as Raphinha, came out in a recent interview and was asked, "What do you think about Ballon d'Or? What do you think? What does Ballon d'Or means to you after an incredible season he had?" And he said some very interesting words, which made me want to do this video today. He said, "I don't care. They are not interesting to me." And you ask yourself, why did he say this? Why did this incredible player, not just incredible, a player who had one of the most phenomenal seasons that just concluded last season, he had one of the best seasons a football player can ever have. Why did he say this? Why did he say that he doesn't care? Because every goal of a football player, apart from a team award, which is the trophy, every goal, every personal goal of a football player is to win the Ballon d'Or. So he said, "I don't care. It's not interesting to me." It was very surprising. And I said, okay, why did he say that? We all know that he was being placed the fifth position in the just concluded Ballon d'Or ceremony. And he wasn't included at the FIFA Best of 2025 season. And I said, this was one of the most shocking results in recent years. A player with more than 50 to 60 goal contribution, which was actually the highest goal scorer and the highest assist in the UEFA Champions League. The same numbers the Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo did in their prime. I think he surpassed it, recording 15 goals, 7 assists in the UEFA Champions League. And going into the league, and he has over 18 goals and 13 assists in the La Liga. This is a record, apart from Lionel Messi, you need to have to be considered the best in the world. And it was shocking that this boy wasn't even recognized, wasn't even placed in the FIFA Best 11. And now I see why he said that. I see why he said that. You know, when you're talking about great players, when you're talking about best in the world, it's not just the goals you score, which in record, he already has it. We're not talking about the assist you make, which in record, Raphinha has it. And we're not talking about your presence in the team, which Raphinha, when you talk about influence, Raphinha is the most influential personal player currently, and one of the most influential players in Barcelona last season. But we are talking about a player which, when he's in the field, you notice that he's in the field. Raphinha, for not just me, for most people, was the most important player of Barcelona last season, and he still is up to today. We could talk about Pedri, which is incredible. We could talk about Lamine Yamal, which is astonishing for those age. But knowing fully well that every hard work a human being does or do always have a final reward. And it's shocking that when it comes to football, it's not recognizable. It wasn't even recognizable when it comes to Raphinha. We're talking about football. We're talking about achievement, hard work. Raphinha is somebody who should be recognized. And we, the football fans, kind of felt it when he wasn't mentioned in the FIFA Best. We felt it when he wasn't even in the top 3 of the Ballon d'Or. Can you name a better start in 2024-2025 season than Raphinha? I'm not against Dembele winning the Ballon d'Or, but if you look at it in a bigger scheme, PSG was not included in the top 8 in the UEFA Champions League last season. PSG had a very terrible start last season, but they ended well. This is another story of how you start is not the most important, but how you ended. And this is where I kind of find it difficult because Raphinha wasn't just consistent in the beginning and ended up last season. No. Raphinha started well and ended up well. Raphinha was the highest goal scorer in the Champions League. Raphinha was the third highest goal scorer in La Liga. Raphinha had the most assists in the Champions League, and Raphinha was the second best assist in La Liga. And not just that, he was the most influential player for Barcelona with the leading island. I saw a video of Dembele when he was being awarded the Ballon d'Or. They show how he was pressing. I was moving forward. I was trying to win the ball. Most influential for his team, which is a very great trait to have. But when you compare somebody like Dembele when it comes to pressing, to Raphinha, what Raphinha does in this Barcelona team, the press, the eye line, knowing fully well that eye line consists of forward pressing. There is nobody that does it better in the world than Raphinha. And it's shocking that this guy, for all his hard work, he wasn't rewarded with at least a trophy. He's one of the most unforgiving stories about football in recent years. And it's very understandable, and I can reason with him when he says, I don't care. It's not interesting to me. Because of when you notice, after all the achievements, after all the hard work he has done, that the board, I don't know who is even holding, who is the person taking charge of this kind of trophies. Knowing fully well that after all his hard work, after all the stats he has, is not even included in the top 3 Ballon d'Or, which for me, he could have easily won it. And for many people, should be the winner of the Ballon d'Or. And not just that, the disrespect went even a long way, and not including him in the FIFA Best makes you think there is no amount of hard work you're going to do as long as you're not social media wise known, because this guy does it day in, day out, does it week in, week out. Your actual Ballon d'Or winner is currently injured. He does not even have a very good, proper second season. But based on what he has done with the team, and most especially if Dembele did not play some of the match that PSG played last season, I'm very, very sure that PSG would still have won the Champions League. But if Raphinha, we could notice his absence, we could notice his absence in this Barcelona team, you will know that he is so vital. And for the football world not to recognize his hard work, not to recognize his achievements, not to recognize the sweat, the hard work, everything this guy has to go through to get to where he is today, not even included in the FIFA 11, it is very ungrateful when it comes to the football world. Because when it comes to personal achievement of 2024-2025 season, there is nobody that has the better stats than Raphinha. We could talk about Mbappe, who has goals, but goals doesn't win you trophy. What wins you trophy is the influence, is the hard work. Yes, goal is one of the most important things, but do you defend? Raphinha has everything to become the best player in the world, but it's just unjust to see him, after contributing 60 plus goals and assists in just concluded season, not to be included in the FIFA XI is something I find really, really mind-blowing up to today. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree with me, because I don't know what else Raphinha has to do to be considered one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world. And I kind of understand him when he says the Ballon d'Or doesn't interest me. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Peace.